Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the third season of AUPP Podcast. I'm your host, Rose, and today we're back here again with the fourth episode of this season. Now, before introducing our guests, I would like to remind you guys to follow us on social media. And if you guys are tuning in from Spotify, Apple, or Google Podcasts, don't forget to check out AUPP's YouTube channel to see the video version of this podcast. Now, let's meet our guests. Hi, Vatay. Could you
Hello,
please
Rose.
introduce yourself?
Hello everyone. My name is Umawatey, and I am currently a senior majoring in business administration. And I am the club leader of AUPP Public Speaking Club.
I see. So could you tell us a bit about what the Public Speaking Club is?
AUPP Public Speaking Club, our main objective is to bring a place for AUPP students to actually improve their communication skill, their speaking skill, and of course to boost their confidence to speak in front of the public.
I see. So before you were in this club, were you really interested in public speaking? And is that why you joined?
Yes, but not like in English, I would say.
I see.
I used to do like public speaking, but in Khmer back in my high school. And I used to join competitions, like just school levels. And it was quite fun. And then when I entered the university, they have this public speaking club. So I decided to join. And the experience is quite different because, as I mentioned, first I was doing public speaking in Khmer, and then now I'm doing public speaking in English. So,
I see.
yes.
I see. And when was the club established?
I believe the club was established about a few years ago, and it was passed down to me by the previous club leaders.
I see. So probably like what, 3-4 years ago, kind of?
Yeah, because when I joined during the freshman year, the club is already around. So
Okay, I see. So and you guys have a supervisor, right?
yes, we do. Currently, Professor Judy is our club advisor.
I see. Yeah. I love all her classes. I had like what was it? Oral communication with her, and it was really fun. She did make us like have debates and stuff, and yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Even though I have never taken class with her, but working with her like as an advisor, she's really nice and very helpful. Plus, since like you mentioned, she's teaching like oral communication and all of that, it's really related to public speaking. So
Yeah.
we can just like promote our club to her students as
Yeah, yeah. Now, you did explain to us why you joined the club. It's like because you're interested in public speaking. But what makes you want to take on the leader position?
Well, the reason that I want to become like the club leader is like first I really want to get out of my comfort zone, and actually like to improve my leadership skill. I think that this skill is really important, and by taking on these positions, I was able to do what I want to like actually like improve my skills.
Yeah.
And also I really want to test my ability, actually how I was able to handle like this professional environment, as well as to lead people. So I want to like was able to be part of their growth as well as leading them.
I see. I see. So we all know being a leader, there's always like a dispute between members, and I mean, it's unavoidable. So what would you do if in case there's a situation where your club members are arguing and it's really intense? What would you do in that situation?
Well, that's a good question. I do agree with you that when working as a team, as like in the clubs, of course there must be and the feuds, arguments between members from time to time. And from my experience, I learned that when you have an argument, communication is a key.
Yeah.
You need to like talk. And as a club leader, is my members, they argue with each other, I would have a talk with them because you're a grown up now, you're a university student. So like a professional way to solve problems is of course to have a talk and actually get to the depth of the problems in order to solve it. And my way of solving problems or arguments between members is not only just involve the two, but I want to involve all of them into this problem solving. I see that these arguments is an opportunities first for them to learn from each other. Secondly, it's for an opportunities for them to actually like learn what is the problems and like take that as a lesson, so that even though it's not your arguments, but you see that people make mistake, people argue because of it, you will like avoid it in the future. So it's somehow like a lesson learned for you. And another thing is that when you solve problems together, you actually strengthen the bond between each other. So sometimes mistakes and arguments is part of the growth too.
Yeah. It's really, this is the first time hearing about a leader that actually involved everyone into like the whole situation, because I never thought of that. Cause I've been leader of projects before. Well, never been a leader of a club, but I've been leaders of like class project, outside of school project. But since you said about, we need to involve everyone in and like make them learn through it too, it's actually a very nice advice, and I'm probably gonna take on that advice in the future. And also, especially that you're like the club leader of the public speaking club, I'm sure that you're really good at communicating with your members. So I mean, yeah.
Well, I would not say that my communication skill is like top notch yet, but I did try, and throughout the years, like in the past 4 years in the university, I believe that my communication skill have improved a lot. Although sometimes when I try to communicate with my members, I believe that sometimes members are busy with their personal life and all of that. So I try to communicate with them through chats and stuff. So they only send.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really hard as you're a leader. Like you said like a paragraph, and they only send and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you really need to update them, even though they just send. But at least they seen, they read what like you're updating them.
Yeah.
So it's somehow really it's hard. Sometimes it's hard, but you need to like cope with it.
Yeah. I totally get you, because one of my pet peeves is basically people, like I'm trying to communicate with them and I'm trying to make their like assignment easier and stuff and help them, and they scene zone you, and like it's really frustrating, because okay, at least if you're not doing your work, at least respond back, saying an okay or something like. And also I feel like it's kind of rude sometimes when people just scene zone you when you're trying to help them and you're trying to like communicate with them. But yeah, that's like a big pet peeve. So I get what you like, your frustration. Yeah.
And like just throughout being the leaders, with this situation, I learned to be more patient.
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine.
I become so patient, like even though people don't respond.
Yeah.
But you still need to do what you have to do. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So beside, become a better communicator and like managing people, what other skills would you say you gained from being a leader?
The other skills that I learned from this positions, I would say that I learned to like have a far-sighted, I would say.
Yeah.
Because what I learned from past experience is that not everything that you plan will go as you plan.
Yeah. Yeah.
So sometimes members were not like cooperative, or just like would not do what you are expecting them to do, because like people are different.
Yeah.
So I learned to just, when I make a plan, I have another backup plan.
Yeah.
So if something goes wrong, I could jump to my plan B, like professionally. Because as a leader, you cannot just like do things rashly, but you have to be more professional. You have to be like a person that your members could rely on. So you need to make like different plans just in case something goes wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically be extra prepared as a leader. Yeah.
Yes.
Because there's always something that's gonna, well, not always, but there most of the time it's gonna
Yes.
grow on. So
You need to put a lot of efforts
Yeah.
when you make
yeah,
plans for something.
yeah. So always think of a plan B.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what message would you like to pass on to the future public speaking club leaders?
Well, to my next public speaking club leader, first thing, this position is really tiring. But I believe that the result that you see in the growth of your members, like you actually see that you are part of their growth and the leadership skill that you gain, it really worth your time and energy. And also that even though being a leader mean that you have to somehow divide your time, because of course you have your own studies and you need to manage the club.
Yeah.
But just try your best to do it, and you will somehow grow along with your members. And once you manage the things, like you get used to the positions, you will somehow be able to stand strong as a leaders and as someone that your juniors or your members is looking up to.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, you mentioned growth. So, what significant changes have you noticed throughout the year in the club?
Even though I just become the club leaders in the past semester, but like I mentioned, I've joined the club since my freshman year, and the biggest change I noticed is that during the freshman year, we have this physical meeting twice a week.
Yeah.
And then right now, from the previous club leaders and passed down to me, we only have once meeting a week.
Yeah.
And it's virtual because most of the members having schedule conflicts.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we cannot do it on the weekdays. We have to do it on the weekends. And another thing is that when we used to meet twice, I think if I remember correctly, we used to have training PowerPoint slide
Yeah.
stuff, and then teaching and all of that.
Yeah.
But right now we still have PowerPoint, but we only focus on the main part, and then the other half of the sessions will be focusing more on practice, because we believe that in order for you to improve your speaking skill, to boost your confidence, you actually need to practice. The more you practice, the better you will become. So we kind of focus more on the practice, not on the training.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, that's really interesting. And now you did mention what you have seen change throughout the semester. What would you say you're looking forward to achieve in the remaining of the year, or let's say this semester?
Well, I still stick to my club objective is to have students improve their communication skills, to improve their speaking skills, and of course to boost their confidence to speak in front of the public. I'm really targeting the freshmen, of course, because as you starting your university life, you will have a lot of presentations. So I'm really looking forward to have them improve. When you come from high schools and to universities, things are completely new, especially with a lot of assignment, a lot of presentations and all of that. So I'm really looking forward to have them to be part of their growth, just to be able to present in front of the class.
Yeah, I see. I mean, yeah, I would recommend to everyone to join the public speaking club, not only because they like speaking, but also those who are very shy. Joining this club would really help them in future assignments. Let's say, like you said, presentations. So yeah, I really think that everyone should join this, either because you like it or you want to improve your public speaking skills, or just because you're shy and you want to open your
Just to get
experience
out of your
more.
comfort
Yeah.
zone.
I see. I would love to join, honestly, because I heard that there's also competitions at the end of the semester.
Yeah, we do have competitions at every end of the semester, just to see how much our members improve.
Yeah.
and just like for them to compete to receive award. So like they somehow like I managed to be able to award them through their hard work just to improve and just to train this being part of public speaking. So like they could actually like, oh, I actually improve, I get the awards. So it's somehow like an award for them too.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. That's really nice. So do you have any last comment for our viewers?
Yes, I do. So my last comment for the audiences would be public speaking is also a skills. It's somehow a lifetime skills, and once you was able to ace it, it will just completely change your mindsets on talking to the crowd. I know you embarrassed and you fear of like making mistakes in front of everyone. It's somehow embarrassing, but remember that those mistakes is part of your growth. It will help you become better in the future. And it's somehow a good thing to make mistakes, but do not give up. Just keep trying, keep getting better. And also that in order for you to grow, you need to get out of your comfort zone. I know that it's uncomfortable to speak in front of like a lot of people, but you need to get out of your comfort zone. You need to get out of your like reliable environment just to see yourself growth, just to develop yourself, and just to see self-development within yourself. And the other tips that I have for you for public speakings is that if you want to improve, the only thing that you need is practice. The more you practice, the better you will become. Because if you only like get a training, you only learn, but you do not practice, you will not going anywhere. So that is my last comment.
I see. Well, thank you, Watey. It's been very nice talking to you today, and I did learn a lot about, being a leader and also being in the public speaking club. And I hope that our viewers would want to join, and also future students, if they come to the school and they listen to our podcast, I hope that they would join. I think it's really beneficial. And thank you very much. And for our viewers, we would like to remind you to follow us on social media, and also check out AUPP's YouTube channel for the video version and also previous episode. Thank you and goodbye.
Bye.